close your eyes. Imagine for a moment that everything you believe about yourself is nothing more than a mirage, a carefully woven lie created by your own mind. You think you own your thoughts, that you control what you feel, that you decide what you desire. But what if I told you that none of that is true? Your unconscious is at the helm. It always has been. And the most brutal proof of its dominance over you happens every night when you close your eyes and the real world fades away. It is in that instant that your mind frees itself from its chains and unleashes its darkest secrets. You dream, and within those dreams lies the truth you refuse to see. Sigmund Freud needed only one idea to forever change the way we understand the human mind. Dreams are not meaningless illusions. They are messages, encrypted codes that reveal what your own consciousness has tried to bury. They are the echo of repressed desires, of forbidden impulses, of uncomfortable truths that you could not tolerate in your waking state. Think about it. You wake up sweating, your heart pounding like a war drum. You've had a strange dream, something disturbing, something you wouldn't dare tell anyone. But why? Because deep down, you know that dream was not just a random delirium. It was a mirror, and what you saw reflected in it, you didn't like. Freud called it the fulfillment of wishes. According to him, we dream of what we truly desire deep inside, but in a distorted, disguised way. The mind cannot allow certain desires to surface as they are. It would be too terrifying. It would be unacceptable. So it hides them under the mask of symbols, of impossible scenarios, of images that seem absurd but, in reality, carry a brutally clear meaning. Think about your dreams. The strangest, the most unsettling, the ones that leave a knot in your stomach. Maybe you dream of losing your teeth, of being naked in public, of being chased by someone you can never see. Or perhaps you dream of someone you thought you had forgotten, someone you shouldn't desire, but still do. Nothing is random. Nothing is a coincidence. Freud discovered that the unconscious uses two mechanisms to disguise what you truly want: condensation and displacement. Condensation makes a single dream contain multiple hidden meanings. A single face may be a fusion of several people. A single situation may represent multiple memories, multiple desires. Displacement, on the other hand, does something even more perverse. It swaps the important for the irrelevant. It disguises the true desire under something that seems insignificant. That's why we dream of objects, of strange places, of things that appear to make no sense. But deep down, everything has a reason. Everything hides something you don't want to admit. But if there is one thing that truly reveals the power of dreams, it is the myth of Oedipus. Freud dared to say the unthinkable, that everyone, deep within their mind, has felt some kind of repressed desire toward their own parents. A thought so forbidden, so unthinkable, that our mind has buried it in the depths of the unconscious. But it doesn't disappear. It transforms. And sometimes it seeps into dreams, symbolically camouflaged, unrecognizable at first glance. But it's there. What if all of this were true? What if every night while you sleep, your unconscious were confessing its darkest secrets without you realizing it? That which you thought was forgotten is still there. That which you believed was overcome never left. It only changed shape. Freud proposed the technique of free association as the key to unraveling these mysteries. If you take a dream and start talking about it without censorship, without fear, letting words flow unfiltered, you will slowly begin to see patterns, hidden connections, the meanings buried within your mind. But are you ready to see what lies beneath? Not everyone is. Not everyone wants to know the truth about themselves. And you, do you want to know the truth about your dreams? Maybe the real question is, can you handle it? The problem with dreams is not that they are dark or disturbing. The real problem is that they are honest, brutally honest. They reveal what you don't want to accept. And that's the dilemma. What do you do when you realize your own unconscious is betraying you? What do you do when you dream of something that challenges the image you have of yourself? Freud was certain that human beings are not what they say they are, not what they show others, not even what they believe about themselves. We are the product of our repressed desires, our childhood wounds, those impulses that society has forced us to bury. And it is in dreams that all of this comes to the surface, even if disguised. But here's the most unsettling part. It's not just that dreams reveal what we repress, it's that in many cases they act as messages, as warnings of what's to come. Studies have shown that many people dream of illnesses before being diagnosed, that they dream of losses before they happen, that they dream of betrayals before discovering them. Coincidence? Or does the unconscious know more than we are willing to admit? Because let's be honest, your mind is smarter than you. It detects patterns, remembers details your conscious mind has overlooked, connects dots you didn't even know existed. And sometimes, it tells you through a dream that, if interpreted correctly, could be used to your advantage. But here's the problem. How do you distinguish between a simple nighttime hallucination and a real message from your unconscious? Freud had an answer: universal symbols. And this is where things get serious. There are symbols that appear in dreams across the world, regardless of culture, language, or era. Falling into the void, flying, being chased, finding yourself in a room with no exit, losing teeth. These are not just random images. They are expressions of fear, desire, internal conflict. They are how the unconscious translates raw emotions into images the conscious mind can process, even if not immediately. For example, losing teeth in a dream can signify anxiety about appearance, fear of aging, or even a real loss in waking life. Dreaming of flying may reflect a need to escape an oppressive situation or a desire to break free from a crushing responsibility. And dreaming of being chased? Well, that's where we step into dark territory. Being chased in a dream often means you are running from something within yourself. Something you refuse to face. Something that, sooner or later, will catch up to you. And what about the people who appear in your dreams? Freud made an observation that few are willing to accept. Most of the people in our dreams are not actually themselves. They are representations of parts of ourselves. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend, a stranger, or someone you thought you had forgotten years ago. In many cases, they are just masks. Projections of something your mind needs to show you. And now comes the most chilling question of all. If dreams are reflections of our unconscious, if they contain our desires, fears, and deepest truths, what does it mean when someone has a recurring dream? Freud would say it's a sign of an unresolved issue, something that needs to come to light, something the conscious mind keeps resisting. The more you ignore it, the more persistent the dream becomes, until you can no longer avoid it. Until what was hidden finally reveals itself in a way you may not be able to control. Because dreams are not just a reflection of who we are. They are a warning of who we may become. And now that you know this, will you keep ignoring your dreams? Because they will still be there, waiting, whispering every night. So tell me, what will you do the next time you close your eyes?